Hi Shimmy Shaker and welcome to today's in-depth tutorial. We are going to be doing hip drops. This is one of the last ones in our key belly dancing moves. There are 4 really key moves in belly dancing: our shimmies, our undulations, our figure 8s, and our hip drops. So once you know all 4 of these, today you're going to be rounding off your belly dancing repertoire, ready to take it to the next level. Let's go. First, most important thing in our hip drops, as always, is our good posture. We have our feet hip width apart, pelvis tucked in, chest up, but we are bringing one foot about a foot in front. This is going to help us get our hip up as well as protect our lower back. So here, I'm bringing that foot in front. From here, we're bringing our hip towards our rib. So we're squeezing up. It's like a little sneak up and then dropping down. Squeezing up, drop. Squeeze up, drop. Squeeze up, drop, squeeze up, drop, squeeze up, drop. Watch my knee as I squeeze up and as I come down. That's it. And then my supporting leg's nice and relaxed. That's it. Let's try the other side. So feet hip width apart, one foot about half a foot or a foot in front. Squeeze, drop, squeeze, drop. Using that hip, bring it towards your ribs. Lovely. Good. Good. This is an accented move. So we're accenting down. We can go a little faster. Still squeezing up, still dropping down. Beautiful. Another side. Good. What are some of the things you might be doing wrong in this move that you really want to avoid, especially from the outset as you learn it? Number one thing I see is people leaning to the side as they do their hip drop. So instead of leaning to the side to get the hip up, we want to squeeze through our core. It's not an easy move. Even though it's a basic move, it doesn't mean it's easy. We're squeezing through here, trying to bring our rib towards our hip. So similar to our figure 8s that if you've done the in-depth tutorial on those, we're really using our core muscles like a little side core crunch. That's it. Let's try the other side. Squeeze and squeeze, trying to keep that posture upright. Beautiful. Good. 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 Now, as I said, we usually accent down on our hip drops, most classically accenting down unless we're working to a specific rhythm. So sneaking up, nice and strong, nice and smooth, and as you drop, you're kind of letting go, but you don't want to go beyond where you're going. So this is the second most common problem I see, people pushing their hip out to the side as they come down or bending that knee as they come down. So you don't want to be doing this. Sometimes we do bend our knee to add a little bit more emphasis, but we don't want the basis of the move to be coming from the supporting leg and the supporting hip. We're trying to stay up nice and upright using the core. And again, you can use the knee and foot on this side. That's it. Good, good. Okay, next most common problem I see with our hip drops is people try and twist forward and back instead of up. These are all related to core strength. So if you're doing any of these, don't worry, because over time it will become easier. And in the meantime, it's a nice core workout for us. So you don't want to be coming forward and back with a twist. Again, sometimes we might like to do twists like this, but we also want to be able to have our hip drops. So instead of coming forward and back, think about this shimmy scarf. See the tie? I'm coming straight up, straight down. So if we think of our planes of movement, I'm coming straight up, straight down. I'm not even coming to the side for this one. Straight up, straight down. I'm not coming forward or back. Straight up, straight down. That's it. Yes. Good. Now check your foot placement. If you're finding your foot is in line with the other one, it makes it a little harder to get the hip up. If you're finding your foot's all the way out here, again, it makes it a little harder to get up. And if you're bringing your foot all the way out here, again, it's harder to get that hip up. So very nice to have that foot hip width apart, about a foot or half a foot in front. That's it. Beautiful. Nice. Something else people struggle with their hip drops can be balance. Because we are standing on one leg for our hip drops, even though we're touching this foot to the floor, most of the weight is on this leg, and we really need to use our ankle strength as well as our balance. If you are finding this very difficult when you first start learning it, please hold on to something while you're doing it. You can hold on to a wall. Even better, you can hold on to a bar or a bench top, something around this height. Still squeeze, still drop, so that you can focus on being nice and steady through your mind, and then the steadiness will come into your sporting leg. Over time, you'll be able to let go of the bar. Over time, you might even be able to lift that other foot up, which is a more advanced option of this move. But to begin, just get the feeling of the move, still squeezing through the core, using your oblique muscles. If you are finding it hard balancing too, remember balance is part of our fitness. By that, I mean it's something that we can train, something that gets better over time. So keep working with this move, you'll feel the difference. Now, key question I get asked a lot in our hip drops is, should you lean back? Especially a lot of the famous Egyptian dancers, they'll open up through their hip and lean back as they do their hip drop really dramatically like this. This is a very beautiful move, but it is also a bit of a variation on our basics. As always, try and learn your basics properly first before you move into the variations, so that you can have them really beautifully from the start. Same with bending the supporting leg. Yes, it can be nice as an accent, but we don't want to do it all the time. Instead, it can be used as a dramatic drop every now and again, not all the time. So now what can you do if you find you're very tight in the hips and it's hard to bring that hip up, or it's hard not to bring the other hip out? We can come into our nice stretches. So again, you can hold on to something, or you can sit down, bringing one leg over, sinking down, and then gently pushing that knee down. You should feel it through the side of your hip. If you're doing it sitting on the floor, you can do it like this, or you can sit on a bench. Just imagine this leg's dangling on the floor. If I'm sitting on something, feeling it through the side of your hip. Good. Another side, let's just even it out. Always good to know these things about our body, as always. Let me know in the comments, is there something you've discovered about yourself learning belly dancing? Good. The other thing that you might find really difficult is building your core strength. This is something that just comes with practice. So even if you hold on to these muscles with your fingers and feel those muscles activating as you bring the hip up. If you find that you can't really feel anything working, just make sure you're not leaning to the side, make sure you're not twisting that hip forward and back. You should be able to feel those muscles engage as you bring the hip up. Now that we have our hip drops, we have our good posture, we have our core work, we have our hips nice and strong, the next thing to practice is your foot placement as you move. Very rarely are you going to start in a performance being able to set up and then look down and be like, okay, my feet are hip width apart, one foot in front. We need to be able to get into that position without looking down and disrupting our whole performance. So let's just try a few hip drops on this side. And then let's just walk into any spot and then bring that foot back in front. Getting used to that muscle memory, and then check, are your feet in the right position? That's it, getting ready to move in 4, 3, 2, 1. Step, 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 place. 4, 3, 2. Let's go to the side. Step, 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 place. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Using those steps, and check your foot placement each time. That's it. Good. Just trying to build it into our muscle memory of having that foot in position. It's really going to help you as you build your hip drops into your dance. Good. Yes, nice work, Shimmy Shaker. Now that you have your foot placement, you have your hip drops, you can add a little bit of power. How do we do that? We squeeze through our muscles. So we're squeezing up, but this time as we drop, we're going to squeeze through our glutes here and here, nice and strong. So here and here, nice and strong as we come down. Squeezing up, drop. Squeezing up, drop. Squeezing up, drop. So this is me relaxed. This is me strong. That's it. I'll show you from behind so you can see the difference. This is me relaxed. This is me squeezing. I'm squeezing here and here as I drop down. Adds a little bit more of an accent. Nice. So there are certain times when you might want to go strong. There are certain times where you might want to be relaxed. Try both. Just see how it feels for you. Nice work, Shimmy Shaker, good job. I hope you enjoyed learning your hip drops today. If you are ready to learn some variations, check out this workout right here. We drill many different kinds of hip drops and we come into a combination as well. As always, let me know if you have any questions in the comments or any other tips that others might learn from as well. Happy dancing.